history of 2K cheese. It's only right that this video comes out now because I'm pretty sure let's get into this.
Has always been broken, but sometimes it's the broken stuff we remember
Okay, this is 2K17. I'm pretty sure.
the most. From Euro step 3s falling like layups, to zigzag dribbles and speed boosting making defense feel pointless.
That's not really cheese. That's just the game being shit. Oh, that's no, that's 17.
Not to mention hop steps, curry slides, and oh yeah, invisible players running the twos court. And that cheese has made some years unforgettable. This is the history of 2K cheese.
That's Diesel. 1,000,000% that's Diesel.
I like money.
That's 1,000,000% Diesel.
2K cheese has been around for a long time. Old heads remember the spin dunks, the hop step layups, and all the broken moves that came before. But for this video, we're starting with 2K13, because that's when it felt like cheese really became a culture. This was the year of the Euro step 3. If you double tapped X or square behind the 3-point
Yo,
line,
damn, ref, get off the fucking court.
the game would just throw you into a weird shooting animation, and if your player had the badge Acrobat, it was almost guaranteed to go in. Suddenly, every My Team game had players Euro stepping from deep like it was a
Wait,
normal
they had My Team back in 2013? I didn't know about that.
jumper. And honestly,
Hey, was it
all
online? I mean, probably, but holy.
that
My
mattered
Team
was
goes way back then. I see why 2K loves that shit so much. That's your baby.
dangerous. For a lot of players, this was their real first taste of 2K cheese. And the moment that they realized the game could be broken and breaking it was part of
Did
the
I just say Justin Bieber? Why does it keep doing that?
fun. 2K14 has some of the wildest
2K14, one of the best 2Ks.
cheese we've ever seen. Players found a glitch that literally made their My Player invisible. So you'd be getting cooked by a ghost on the twos court. Imagine trying to guard someone you can't even see. If you
Yo, he literally can't see him. Or can they see his 3? Or can they see his circle? I don't know. I played 2K14, but I never played like Park. Because I had the PS3 still.
lost to that, you might just be uninstalling. But it didn't stop there. On the twos court, people figured out that you could also shoot off the inbound before the defense even had a chance to react. Cheap points every single time. To top it off, the active hands badge made driving to the rim an absolute nightmare. Anytime you tried to attack the basket, defenders would just spam X and rip the ball immediately like it was nothing.
Yeah, I missed those days. That shit. Oh, he said X. Oh, you're an Xbox player?
2K14 might not get talked about as much as the newer games, but when it comes to cheese, this game was pure chaos. And when you talk
Yo,
about
2K14 is actually amazing. Hold on, I want to see that Parker again.
as much as the newer games, but when it comes to cheese,
Bro,
this game was pure
2K14
chaos.
was actually
And when you talk about
amazing.
2K cheese, most people immediately think of 2K15. That's because
Oh
this
my god. 2K15, the godfather of cheese.
was the year of the zigzag.
Oh my
Guards would
gosh.
dribble side to side over and over, just running back and forth until they got enough space to pull
That's
for an easy
17.
green. And the reason it worked so well, back then, stamina
15 is the best 2K ever made. It's not a question.
drained super slow. You could zigzag the entire possession without getting tired and still shoot like nothing happened. And the crazy part is, we still see zigzagging and speed boosting in today's 2Ks. 2K15 is where that style really became popular,
Oof.
and it's never truly gone
Oof.
away. Another
Oof.
cheesy
Hit him.
thing in
Oof.
2K15 was the baseline dunks. These were an absolute nightmare. Once somebody turned the corner,
What
it was
the
almost
fuck?
impossible to stop once they pressed RTX. Everyone knew it was coming, but it still worked. If you played Park in 2K...
Yo, who's playing Park with that camera? Yo, if you play Park with any camera angle but 2K, you need to get checked up on.
15, it's either you
I don't know
did it
how
or
you
you got
play like
cooked by
that.
it. But speed boosting and baseline dunks weren't even the wildest
That right here
things
is
from that year.
crazy though.
2K15 gave us the demigod glitch, where 7-foot small forwards could speed boost, shoot from anywhere, and still bully you in the paint. If you went in Park with a regular build, you were getting absolutely cooked by a demigod.
He needs some milk.
Yo,
don't get-
15, I'm trying to tell you guys, 15 was the best 2K ever made, bro.
Don't get me wrong, it was broken, and it was unfair, but maybe that's why it was so memorable and fun. And that leads us to 2K16.
Oh, the Godfather 2? 2K16, the second best 2K ever made?
16 is remembered by a lot of people as one of the best 2Ks ever. But if you played it, you know the game was cheesy as hell. The worst part of the cheese...
Yo, 2K16, if somebody said 16 is better than 15, I wouldn't argue with them. But realistically, 15 is. It had more perks. It had rec. Obviously, 16 had rec. It had high rollers. 16 never had high rollers. It had stage. 16 obviously had stage. And yeah, like, it had park. Like, 16 was amazing. Don't get me wrong. Gameplay-wise, 16 is better than 15. But overall, though, obviously 15 is better.
Speed boosting. If your My Player had the right size up
And
animation...
yo, one thing that 2K, I'm so sorry. One thing that 2K needs to bring back is, like, you know when you go to, like, the main menu type shit, and then, like, you know in 15 how you could, like, dribble with your My Player in that open gym? Bring that shit back, bro. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
On, you could launch out of a crossover like a rocket.
Oof.
Once somebody mastered the timing,
Oof.
staying in front of them was damn near impossible. And it wasn't
Oh,
just
17. Is it 17 right now?
speed boosting. Sharps with limitless range could pull up from way behind the 3-point line. Add
Oh,
in
don't forget the park cards.
a speed boost to that, and people were greening shots from deep like it was nothing. But maybe the most underrated cheese in 2K16 was the post fade. If you had a tall guard or a big with a decent mid-range, you could fade away all game and it felt unguardable. Post fades went in at a ridiculous rate, and players abused it in both park and rec.
He did
Still,
not just make a half bar post fade 3 with no 3.
a lot of people look back at 2K16 as the GOAT. It was full of speed boosts, logo shots, and post fade spam.
The
That
GOAT!
is exactly what made this game so unforgettable. And that leads us to 2K17. 2K17 was
2K17, the best game ever made for people who are born in 2004 and or 2003 and up.
still all about speed boosting. Guards with the right dribble moves could fly out of crossovers, pull it from deep, and turn every park game into a 3-point.
Bro, in my opinion,
What really
2K17.
made 2K17 stand out was 2K themselves started cheesing.
Look at this dude.
That's because this was the year of the park cards. You could
What? Is he getting it confused right now? 2K17 wasn't the year of the park cards. You're showing 16 right now, buddy.
literally pull a card mid-game to force an ankle breaker, boost your speed, or even guarantee a poster dunk. Imagine
I think he's confused.
locking someone up on defense and then boom.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that it never was in 17. It never, like, he never mentioned it being in 16 though. Unless I was talking too fucking much. Nah, he never mentioned it. So how do you?
Play a card and drop you on command. But that's not all the cheese 2K was pulling. There was also the infamous
Oh my god, the infamous main menu lobby. Oh my gosh.
Paul George loading screen glitch. Every time you booted up the game, PG was stuck there. They were literally cheesing you before you hit the main menu. 2K17 was defined by speed
Damn.
boosting, but also 2K themselves leaning into the cheese with park cards and even that Paul George loading screen. It was the kind
Yeah, honestly, sure. I'm gonna skip this for you guys. 17, and it had some. Actually, I do kind of want to watch it.
of year that felt ridiculous at times, but that's exactly why players still talk about it to this day. Next up, we got 2K18 didn't just
Oh my god, 2K18, the worst 2K ever made in life. The path that 2K26 is on right now, it might surpass 18, but it might not never because 18 is just horrible. But the defense in 2K26 is making the game unfucking playable, unplayable.
Rate us with the neighborhood. They also gave us some of the most annoying cheese we've ever had to deal with. This was the year of the blow by. All you had to do was tap turbo, hold the stick down towards the rim, and the defender just slid out of the way. It didn't matter if they were a lockdown.
Yo, thank God that Fortnite came out in this year because I did not play 18 for more than a week because like, the game was trash and I paid it for like a month or 2 months.
Protector
game
right in
was
front of you.
horrible.
You were getting dunked on. Slashers and pure builds thrive because once you turn that corner, it was basically guaranteed points.
Okay, the next game he's gonna bring up is 2K19, and the first thing he's probably gonna mention is the 7-foot bigs. Those stretch bigs.
Probably would. Obviously not including the neighborhood. That's exactly what defined 2K18 is blow by
And the fucking lockdowns. Oh my god. Running double lockdown on 19, you could not win a game.
fades. For a lot of players, it felt less like basketball and more like watching traffic cones try to play defense. People still bring up 2K18 as one of the worst and most cheesiest 2Ks, and that's exactly why it's one of the most hated. And that leads us into 2K19. 2K19 is remembered as one of the cheesiest 2Ks ever. The biggest problem was the momentum behind the back dribble. Guards would spam it over and over until defense finally broke down, or until they got an ankle breaker animation. Either way, it ended up in an easy 3 or a wide open lane. Then
As soon as you're about to mention it, the government hit us with an ad. I'm trying to tell you, they don't want you to know. Watch this.
there were stretch bigs, 7-footers with Hall of Fame shooting badges
Jesus
who literally
Christ.
could pull it from anywhere like
Anywhere.
Curry. And it didn't matter if you had a hand in their face. Stretches
Anywhere.
were greening over guards all game long. And if that
Bro.
wasn't enough, hop jump
It is worse this year. To the people watching in the past, in case you're a time traveler in 2019, right? 2019. In 2K26, it gets worse. The 7-4s, my nigga. Oh
jumpers
my
and
God.
fadeaways were everywhere.
Like,
The worst part,
I literally
contest-
might make a video about the 7-4s in this game. you can't guard them. Oh my god, let me just save it.
Jumpers. And it was chaotic
Save it
and it was
for
frustrating.
another
And it's
day.
still remembered as pure 2K cheese. That brings us to 2K20. 2K20 will forever be remembered as the year of the hop step. If you had a slashing build, you could hop step into the lane and dunk on
Oh
anyone.
my god, I hated that year.
Didn't matter if there were 2 defenders waiting under the rim, Hopstep cheat the best cards in my team. And that was because he down by Yannick was basically unstoppable. Biggs could just spam it over and over, and the contest system barely
Zero.
mattered. It was basically a green every single time. For many players, 2K20 was remembered for the hop steps and skyhooks, and although it was one of the cheesiest 2Ks of all time, it was also one of the more memorable ones, because through the cheese, players still had a lot of fun. That leads us into a whole
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. People like that 20. I don't know. People like 20.
different level of cheese. 2K21.
Oh my
2K21
God.
might be one of the most hated 2Ks ever, and for good reason. The cheese was everywhere. The move everybody remembers the most is the curry
Hesitation.
slide. Guards would spam it back and forth until they finally had
Until they
space for a limitless
finally-
3 or a fade into a wide open green. Every guard had it, and every game looked exactly the same. But the real game-breaking cheese of 2K21 was the Zen. Players were literally plugging in a modded controller that timed every jumper perfectly. It was an unlimited supply of greens. It took no skill and took players who couldn't even shoot to save their life into Steph Curry overnight. Then came along
Yeah,
this.
I would never understand. Like I'm trying to get over with this video. Like I could never understand Zenners. Like you play or hackers. You play a game. I don't know, man. I don't even know where to begin.
Speaking of wild years of 2K cheese, that brings us to 2K22. 2K22 felt like it was built in a lab for playmaking shot creators. That's because this was the year of the left-right spam. Guards
Oh
would
my
zigzag
god. I don't even want to. I'm getting PTSD from this already. I don't even want to think about that shit no more.
frustrating. It was definitely sweaty, but it was pure 2K cheese.
That whole 2K, that previous 2K. That's all they do. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right on the screen. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Green. I don't want to think about that.
And when you're talking about 2K cheese, you can't forget about 2K23. 2K23 was supposed to be the year that defense finally mattered, but instead it turned into a year of steal spam. On-ball steals were out of control, and if you throw a pass, good luck. That's because passing lanes were completely broken. Defenders didn't even have to be in a good position. They would just teleport into the lane and steal everything.
Did I play 23? I don't think I played 23. I played 23, but I didn't play current gen 23. I was playing Battlefield or some shit. I didn't give a fuck about that shit ass game.
And on offense, the meta was just as wild. This was the year of rim running. Guards and
Bro, the next 2K he's about to mention though, that game is the 2K of straight interceptions. What 2K was it? Damn, nigga. How long you talking about this one 2K for?
It definitely felt different from years past, but at the end of the day, it was still pure 2K cheese. And that leads us to another game that had pure 2K cheese. 2K24. 2K24 promised balance, but of course, it still had its fair share of cheese. The first thing everyone noticed was the builder. Instead of experimenting, players felt boxed in because they had the same handful of meta builds. If you didn't make a certain cookie cutter lineup, you already felt behind. And while dribbling wasn't as broken as years past, it still had its own cheese. L2 cancels, left stick cancels, and speed glitches. They all let guards chain together moves that didn't look realistic at all. And the worst part, they were impossible to guard, no matter what your defensive rating was.
Alright, bro. Let's make this a long story short.
On Proving Grounds, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if post spinning wasn't bad enough, once they got comfortable, they could fall back on post fades. Because post fades still went in at
Green.
an unreal rate.
Bro, every year, these post scores get patched in the beginning because they're so cheesy. Besides this year. This year is just straight 7-4s. Alright, but long story short, bro. 2K is a great company ran by shit people. The end.